Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers of the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we are crossing the borderline on Trenton Ave. We're entering the Kensington neighborhood. We got East Kensington on my left-hand side. We got North Kensington on my right-hand side. The way the city's placed, West Kensington is a little bit more towards the front of us. We're traveling westbound. Behind us is eastbound. On my right side is northbound. On my left side is southbound. We got the Kensington courts on my right-hand side. Now, these homes are selling for, like I told you guys in the past, a little over $400,000, about $500,000. We're not going to be focusing on the Kensington neighborhood. We're just passing it. I'm identifying where we're starting off the tour at. We're going to be going to the East Falls neighborhood in Northwest Philadelphia. We're currently at the intersection of Frankfurt Ave and Lehigh Avenue. Me and my wife are on our way to pick up some food. So I thought it was prime time to capture footage so you guys can see what the journey looks like along our travels. We're gonna pick up some food from Tehran Kitchen, which is located in East Falls. We got about a good, depending on how we drive, depending on traffic, on a good day, it could be like a good 18-minute, 20-minute travel, but I'm gonna try to take the scenic view. In that case, that's just equivalent to the hood. I'm gonna just try to drive through the hood so y'all can see a little bit of ambience. We're passing Braddock Street. We're at Emerald and Lehigh Avenue. There's an Italian water ice spot on the left-hand side, famous Italian ices. They make good water ice. They manufacture inside that building. They sell buckets or they sell private cups. I actually just had some water ice from there a few days ago. We're now approaching Jasper and Lehigh Avenue. On my right-hand side, you're gonna see a new little encampment that just recently started here. Once again, you'll see a bunch of tents, things of that nature. Unfortunately, there was an encampment right here under Kensington Ave, and we just passed Jasper and all that. There was a few encampments under the underpass, but now they brought it to the main avenue. We're passing Kensington Avenue, Kensington and Lehigh Avenue. On my right-hand side is where all of the opioid usage starts at. If you will go straight under the L, you'll see it, but we're not gonna take the L. On my left-hand side, we got the Visitation School. We got Episcopal Hospital. On my right-hand side, we have what used to be one of the old welfare buildings, and I believe it's like a psychiatric or therapeutic or therapy. I think those are three completely different things. But a therapy building on my right-hand side, like mental illness or something of that nature. We're on B and Lehigh. I can make a right here. I can go up a little bit more. I think I'll make a right here. Now we're trying to get to Northwest Philadelphia. We're facing northbound. With that being said, now we're facing. Well, we were actually facing westbound. I'm sorry, there's a vehicle behind me that was beeping that kind of threw away my train of thought. Now we're facing northbound, but we want to get to northwest. So we want to keep on traveling in an angle. Check it out, we got this dude right here in front of us on B and Gurney. He looks relatively young, with a nice book bag, some nice sneakers. Wake up, Papa! Wake up! It was a Spanish dude. Let me pull over, because I got this vehicle right here behind me that is tailing me. That was the one that was beeping. Not this one, but this truck right here. There's a white truck. Y'all didn't even get a chance to see it on camera, but he was basically just in a rush to go, I don't know where. I'm not always able to drive slow for you guys. My apologies. We got no dumping signs on my left-hand side. $300 fine. No dumping sign on my right-hand side. $300 fine. Wow, there was an actual metal sign on my right that said they call this the Badlands, but I didn't read the rest of it. It looks like that's a new addition. It looks like it was welded onto the railroad tracks. There's railroad tracks on my right-hand side. On the bottom, this is Swanson. We're past the 2800 block of Swanson. You see right here on my right-hand side, see these signs? Double Dutch, ice cream trucks, my dog, los trenes, que amo, almo. It says una isla, We got people beeping left and right. I don't know, they see me on the side of the road, they're still beeping at me. Summer, mi niñez, music. So that's why I said the other sign said they called us the Badlands, but wow, this is a new addition. Gurney Street, yep, we're actually on where Gurney's right around the corner. Friends, return love, mis vecinos, mi jugar, el pilón de la abuela. Go ahead, you're more than welcome to go. Everybody sees me over here crawling and they're in my tail. Like, they go super duper fast, then they stop in my tail. I don't understand that. There's a 2-lane street, just go right around me, bro. So they just added that. They got some dumping on my right hand side. I guess they didn't heed caution to that $300 fine sign a block previous to where we're at now. We're on Front and Indiana. Now we're crossing over Front Street. We're at Hope in Indiana. I've mentioned this in the past plenty of times before, but on my right hand side there was some old wooden garages. It was like a rinky-dink flea market, like a ghetto flea market, you could say. We're passing Howard. This is actually, my bad, this is where Gurney transitions to Indiana. Indiana is right here in front of us. So we're on Gurney, but Gurney cuts in an angle and cuts into Indiana, which is where we're about to hit. We're on Masher and Gurney, but now, once we turn this little hump right here, now it's Indiana Street. This person in front of us is holding a conversation. I'm about to go around her. Yeah, thank you for pulling over, because I was about to go around here. While they're cleaning off the graffiti to that vehicle, and unfortunately, that name is a very, very familiar name to me. That's the bad thing, or I guess a good thing, or I don't know, that's a mixed thing about graffiti when you understand how to read it and you know the people. Passing Palethorpe. On my left hand side, that building that they just made here was recently done, probably a few months ago. It used to be an empty lot. Yeah, somebody recently told me about their endeavors in the past here in Philly. They said in the 90s they used to come from Jersey to cop vials of crack here. They commented that in my comment section. But they're clean. I think they said something about their 4+ years clean. And it's good that they're able to strongly speak about it passionately and live to tell the story. They were talking about, they literally named different intersections here that had different types of baggies, and the bags, you know, they were known for this in this area, they were known for that in that area. And they said, yo, Tune, I would love to see you do a tour of where the garages used to be at. And I let them know that I covered those garages before. I even got footage of when those garages were up. I believe I still got footage of when those garages are up. Like some of my really, really old videos, I would have to double check. But we're passing Phillip Street. We're traveling westbound on Indiana. We're at American in Indiana right now. But yeah, so they were telling their stories, and they said they used to cop too from that block that we just passed. Remember, all of this was the original open air drug market. There's a book, well, I think there's 2 books. There's a book written about this corner right here, 3rd and Indiana, while they're playing music in front of us. I'm gonna make this right. That Jeep Wrangler seems to have some speakers hanging out of the trunk, and they're playing music, and I really don't want to hear that music that they're playing. I feel like I gotta over talk it. We're passing Elkhart, the 200 block of Elkhart. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to, like, let me see, we're on Gurney. I'm gonna make this left. You see Gurney continues here. The way the streets are, they're kind of wacky, because we just came off of Gurney, which cut to Indiana, but now we turned 1 block to the right and we're back on Gurney. So, and then Gurney's about to change here again too. We're passing Oriana. That block was lined with Puerto Rican flags. I should have took y'all through it. Matter of fact, I think I might take y'all through it just so y'all can see the Puerto Rican festivity and the flags. We're on 4th and Gurney that turns to Clearfield. This is where Gurney turns to Clearfield. You see? So Gurney turned to Indiana, but then Gurney also turned to Clearfield. We're passing Lithgow. I'm gonna make this left on Orkney. We're passing the 3000 block of Lawrence. We had a Pucho, rest in peace mural. I'm gonna make this left on Orkney. actually driving through the 3000 block of Orkney. Now, to my knowledge, this was Red's territory. I don't know who runs the strip now. I don't know if he still runs it from, you know, being incarcerated, or if there's a new owner. But back in the day, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that in this day, in 2021, people will still get territorial over you taking money from their pockets. But back in the day, I know if you were to cross over, or if you were to, let me allow this person to cycle by. Give me a second, guys. All right, so we're currently on Orkney and Indiana. If you were to cross territories or try to make money in another strip, you will pretty much get gunned down because you're taking money out of somebody else's pockets. It's happened before. You try to open up, you know, set on another person's strip, that's not gonna work out because you're taking money out of people's pockets. So, yeah. It's happened before. You know, you'll have an owner that'll own 2 or 3 blocks. They'll own 2, 3, maybe 4 blocks. You own a couple corners. And some of these blocks, just to give you guys a scope, you know, they're $20,000 a day blocks, $25,000 a day blocks, $50,000 a day blocks, and you might have a $15,000 a day block. We're talking about daily income. We got police on my right-hand side, out of their vehicular device. I wonder what they're up to. Oh, they got this lady cycling by. She's crying. I don't know what she was up to, but they were talking to her. She just, yeah, they're over there talking to people behind us, so I can't really show you guys because they're behind us, but they're getting back in their vehicle. Yeah, they're blocking the traffic. We're on Lawrence. Passing New Dimension Barbershop on my right-hand side. Now we're passing Lithgow. The cops are right behind me. Now they're moving. Yep. All right, so we're at 4th and Cambria. I'm gonna go straight and I'm gonna make a left on 3rd. I'm gonna make a left back on Gurney, but then I'm gonna make another left on Oriana because my goal of doing this whole roundabout was to show you guys the Puerto Rican flags that they had lined on the top of the block. You don't see that in every block in Philly, so that's why I want to capture it and point it out now. We just passed Oriana. We got the check cash on my right-hand side. We're at 3rd and Cambria. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn. Yeah, there was 2 books written about this neighborhood from people in this neighborhood. You got the book from 4th and Indiana by Joey Perez called I Live to Tell About It. And then you have another book written about this corner right here. We're passing Birch. This corner up here, 3rd and Indiana. I believe the 3rd and Indiana book was written first. In the 90s, we're passing Stella. And then the 4th and Indiana book was written in, I think, I don't know, late night. I think that this one from this corner right here was written in the early 90s, like 91, 92. That's a nice scooter, buddy. It's a jog. And then the one on 4th and Indiana was written on, I think, the late 90s to early 2000s. And yeah, they were both basically residents from this neighborhood. And they're telling the story of how it was back in the day when there was a lot of drugs, gang violence, and so on. So we're gonna make this left right here on Gurney Street. We're in the Fairhill neighborhood. We're working our way to East Falls, but I'm just taking the hood scenario view, giving them time to make the food, I guess. All right, this is the block we're turning on to. We're turning to the 3000 block of Gurney, and if you look up, you'll notice that we got Puerto Rican flags lining the streets. Now, that's my culture right there. I'm Puerto Rican, you know, but we didn't do this on our block growing up. But some areas of Fairhill and the Badlands and all of that are more festive than others. You know, you got some of these houses where people move straight from the barrio, move straight from the island, from PR, and some people love this area because it feels closest to Puerto Rico to them. Because you got the music, you got the ambience, you got the people. That's why sometimes you'll see a lot of houses with stucco and the colorful pink and the blues and the purples and the different color houses, because that's how it is in Puerto Rico. Like this house right there in the corner on my left-hand side has chickens and roosters. Oh, wow, they even have turkeys. Wow, they got turkeys and they got dogs in the yard. So on my left-hand side, if you look in that yard, I don't know if you guys can actually see it. You're probably not gonna be able to see it in full detail, but I see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, at least almost probably 2 dozen chickens. I see 2 what looks to be turkeys because they're much larger and healthier. And then they have a dog in there, which is probably guarding the whole fort. Which is, it's interesting to see that the dog is friendly with all the chickens, you know what I mean? But I guess the dog's trained to be a protector. We're passing 4th and Indiana. We got 2 young men behind me on my right. Looks like father and son on their e-scooters. I'm pulling over in case they want to pass us, but I think he's not gonna rush because he got his son behind him. All right, we're gonna cross over Lawrence now, and we're gonna continue working our way westbound. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on 5th Street. On 5th Street. Now I'm gonna pass through a block that I most recently found out some disappointing news. And the way I found out this disappointing news was because I saw his face painted on a wall. Now, for those of you who don't know, in the past, my occupation, I used to work with youth. That was one of the fields that I worked in. I worked with youth, ages kindergarten through 12th grade, and I worked with adults twice my age. Throughout different periods of my life, I worked with different age groups, K through 6, then I worked with middle school, which was 6th through 8th, then I worked with high school, 9th through 12th, and then I've even worked with adults. Now, I remember I had these 2 students. One was a middle schooler. We're passing 5th and Clearfield. Hold on. We have an ATV, obviously, as you can see, that just flew by us. But anyway, back to the story. So, I had this middle schooler and this elementary schooler. The elementary schooler, he was like in 3rd grade, and the middle schooler was like in 6th, 7th grade. We're passing Allegheny, 5th and Allegheny. And they were both boys, and even though I stopped working with youth, the middle schooler, he turned to a young adult. He got into his teens, his late teens, 18, 19, whatever. He used to ride motorcycles and big bikes. Like I saw him on a Hayabusa. I saw him on dirt bikes. Let's make this left on, what is this, Willard. And he was always real friendly with me. Yo, what's up, mister? He used to stop, shake my hand, dab me up, and it was cool, you know, to see, because I see a lot of my youth throughout the city, and they're all grown. Some of them got kids, some of them driving cars. They're all doing their own thing, you know. You see them grow from kids to young adults. Well, I was very saddened to see about a week ago, I think it was about a week and a half ago, I drove through this block right here, and I know this was one of the blocks that he used to conduct business at. They got it closed. His mural's painted on this block. I really wanted to show y'all because that's how I seen it, and I don't want to do no disrespect and move the cone and drive through the block. But what's holding up the block though? Oh, this kid's playing in the street. Well, that's a shame on 2 streams. It's a shame I can't drive through to show y'all the mural of the story I'm talking about, but it's also a shame that he passed away. So I didn't know that he passed away until driving through this block and seeing his face. They painted it on the wall. That was heartbreaking, man. That's not the only student that I've worked with that passed away. I have, I think, 2 or 3 other students that I worked with. They got killed via gun violence in Philly. That was one of the first that I saw that they immortalized him on a wall with a painting. But the others, they didn't put him on a wall. The others I found out via social networking, like, wow, this person died. Or the other one I found out on the news that he got gunned down. So it's very sad to like see these youth that were younger than me, that had so much potential, that grew up in the same environment that I did, you know, facing the same trials and tribulations, and they got taken out too early. And it kind of bugged me. It bugged me to see his face painted on a wall, because I've been seeing faces painted on a wall my whole life. Since I've been a teen, I've been seeing murals to memorialize or memorialize. We're passing Wendell Street to memorialize individuals that passed away. Most likely they're young, passing Sheridan. Now we're passing 7th and Allegheny. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, y'all. I'm gonna make this right. I'm gonna follow the roundabout, this little L-shaped knuckle. We're passing Glenwood, we're on Allegheny, traveling. Right now we're facing northbound, but Allegheny is gonna cut to my left, which is gonna go back to being westbound, which is where I gotta go to pick up the food. So mind you, we're taking this whole journey while I'm picking up the food. I could have just took the main roads there, but we're probably gonna get there on the food's a little cold, but I'm doing it for y'all, the viewers of the World Wide Web. On my right hand side, we got M&T Flat Fix Tire Shop. This is a used tire shop. They were actually owned by another set of individuals, but I used to get used tires there relatively cheap. They used to have pretty good tires too. Like one time I got a whole set of Toyo Proxies many years ago for some Rota wheels that I had, some Rota style wheels, aftermarket rims. Yeah, I got them there, 15-inch Toyo Proxy tires. I think I got them all four for $100, and they all had nice thread, and Toyo Proxies isn't cheap, so yeah. I'm gonna go this way on Westmoreland. I could have went left. Again, it's a lot more convenient for me to go left, but I'm not going through convenience roads right now. I'm going through roads where I think we might see something that may or may not interest some of my viewers. Shout out to Y Rico, W-H-Y-R-I-C-O. This is his hood. He's a Philadelphia YouTuber, content creator. We're at 10th and Westmoreland. He does comedy skits, he does music videos, and a variety of things. He basically makes content to make you guys, the viewer, laugh. Check him out on YouTube. Y Rico, W-H-Y-R-I-C-O. This is my youngin'. Alright, we're passing Roy Street. We're on 11th and Westmoreland. I'm gonna continue crossing. Now we're traveling westbound on Westmoreland. Now on my right hand side, we got the Hunting Park neighborhood. However, if we travel several blocks forward, we're gonna run into the Tioga Nicetown neighborhood. We're basically on the Tioga half of the Tioga Nicetown neighborhood. I'm gonna make this right hand turn on Germantown Ave. Now we're on Germantown Ave. On my left hand side, we got the Temple University medical campus. They provide healthcare, and they also have educational courses for, I believe, students who are in the universities for health. Temple owns a lot of real estate on Broad Street. This is Temple's northern campus, like closer to like Nicetown. There you got another campus closer to the Cecil B. Moore neighborhood. All right, so I can go straight, or I can go left. Straight is where Kevin Hart was raised, on Broad and Erie. You also got the steak place where everybody likes to eat cheesesteaks. I think I'm gonna go straight, and then I'm gonna make a left eventually. We just passed Ontario Street. I got vehicles behind me. I got a bus, I got a few cars, so I'm traveling like 21 miles an hour. We're passing Russell Street. All right, we're at Tioga and Germantown Ave. We got Temple University Hospital on my left-hand side. Like I said, they're gonna own a couple blocks up the strip. This is like the back side of the building. This ain't the front side. The front side's on Broad Street. We got Village Food Court on my right. We got several businesses coming up here on my left and my right hand side. This is their little shopping strip, their little shopping avenue around here for the locals. Crispy Crust on my right, Credit Union Spot, Therapy Suites, Rollo Vinity, Check Cash, J&J Discount, DTLR Fashion, and so on. We're passing Venango, passing Rainbow. We got Easy Bargain, Metro PCS, Barry Furniture and Mattress, Olympia Sports. I used to shop at Olympia when I was a youngin'. A couple months ago, I caught some footage of a car that crashed into this building on my left. We got Max's on my right hand side, Max's cheesesteak spot. That's the cheesesteak spot in the hood. We're on Broad and Erie. Now we're in the Nicetown Tioga neighborhood. We're more in the Tioga area. If you want to go to Nicetown, you want to go more right, you can follow Germantown and you'll hit Nicetown, like the Nicetown area. Nicetown and Tioga are two separate neighborhoods, but on the map they come up as one neighborhood, but they're two separate neighborhoods. You got major figures from this area. You got Kevin Hart, and you got several other individuals. You know, Major Figures was a group, but the main one that branched off from Major Figures was Gilly the Kid and Wallow. Wallow was a Major Figures. We're on 15th and Erie Ave. You got Chris and Neef from Erie Ave. Young Guns, Dave from Erie Ave. Passing Sydenham. You got was it Oskino was from Erie? Y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. I always leave the comment section open so you guys, the viewers of the World Wide Web, can enlighten us. All right, so I can go straight. Going straight would be the easiest way to get there. But to my knowledge, there may or may not be a road closure still next to the old Tasty Cake Factory. So for the purpose of this tour, I'm probably gonna take the detour. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on 17th Street. So right now, we're gonna turn left. When we turn left, we'll be working our way to the Allegheny West neighborhood. So I just made a left-hand turn on 17th Street. See, and I don't think many average Philadelphians can recollect like what borders or what and what neighborhood they're crossing into. They know a general synopsis. We just passed Pacific and now we're passing Victoria Street. Now we're approaching Venango Street. We got the number 2 bus stop on my right and Celestial Zion Baptist Church on my right hand side. And 17th and Venango. But there's not many people that I know of that can say, all right, we're crossing over, now we're in this neighborhood. Now we're crossing over, and if we go over here, we're in that neighborhood. But if we go right, we're in that neighborhood. The border lines seem very petty, but there are border lines. We're passing Atlantic Street. We're now approaching Tioga Street. We got a Steak Galore spot on my right, Primo Grocery. Steak Galore, I guess, used to be the original business, but Primo Grocery is the current business. We're at 17th and Tioga. A lot of the time, most of these corner stores, they'll open up a spot at an old location, and they won't change the original signage that was out front. 3-story porch homes on my left-hand side. We're at 17th and Ontario Street. 17th and Ontario. Yeah, I'm to the point where I'm free-ranging these drivings, or these tours, or these outings. I said like several different words in one. That's because my brain was thinking about 7 different things. But I'm to the point where I'm free-ranging these outings because I've covered so much of Philly that it seems redundant to me to focus on one specific neighborhood. So since I have a good visual and idea of where's what, why not take you guys on a drive through multiple neighborhoods, you know? So that's what we're doing now. We just passed through several neighborhoods. We're at 17th and Westmoreland. I can go right on Westmoreland, but I'm gonna go straight to Allegheny, which will bring us right here to the Allegheny West neighborhood. Yes, we have an Allegheny Avenue, but we also got a neighborhood called Allegheny West, which we are now in. We're at 17th and Allegheny Ave. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on 17th and Allegheny Ave. We got Boo Boo, ice cold beer right in front of us. We got a lot of beer distributors, sadly enough to say, especially in the hood. North Philly, West Philly, there's a lot of beer distributors. I don't see many beer distributors in Northeast Philly. There are some bars and pubs in South Philly and the center city, but there's just an overabundance of beer distributors in North Philly. Like every other couple corners, you'll find like a cold beer distributor spot. Passing Lippincott Street. One time I was driving through here and I saw a whole drum set Nice drums. They look like really nice drums. And I had just missed them by milliseconds because some lady pulled over too. I'm at 19th and Allegheny. And I parked up to make sure to see if she would, like, was she picking them up or something. She looked like she noticed that they were in the trash too, so she called somebody, sent them some pictures, and then she started putting them one by one in her SUV. We got a Family Dollar on my right, and we're approaching 20th Street. And she looked like she wasn't budging, and I just let them go, because, you know, my pop likes to collect tool. Wow, he just straight up just cut in front of us, did a whole, he just rode over the sidewalk and everything. Anyway, but my pop likes to collect instruments, drums and guitars specifically. So I was gonna grab them for my pop, you know what I mean? And they looked like a pretty good set. Like the name brand was pretty good, like, you know. But it's cool. Finders keepers, you know. She found them first, so. We got a abandoned factory on my left-hand side. This factory used to be explored and graffitied in. Now it looks like they are starting to prepare it. Maybe they sold it, yeah, or it might still be for sale. We're at 21st and Allegheny Ave. Now, like I said, if we continue browsing left in the neighborhood on our left-hand side, we'll continue browsing Allegheny West, which I've covered that neighborhood before. We're at 22nd and Allegheny. Passing the gas station, the Global gas station, Precious Babies Child Care. We got a breakfast and lunch spot on my left. We got Joyce Queen of Soul Food on my left, which looks like they're closed. Passing Brightside Academy on my left. We got Boss Furniture on my right. We got Clean It Right Car Wash on my right, which looks like a private business. It's starting to get dark. It's 7:27 p.m. Eastern time. So it's about to get dark pretty soon. We're approaching Fox Street. Fox Street on my right, 24th Street to my left. We got police right here on my right-hand side doing a traffic stop. We're traveling relatively slow, guys. We're doing 19 miles an hour. We're at 25th and Allegheny Ave. We got K Laundromat on my left-hand side. Passing Stillman Street. Now we're passing Banbury. Now we're passing 26th Street. 26th and Allegheny. Now if you're familiar with my channel and you're a regular watcher, you guys might recognize the building on my left-hand side, the Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority building. We're passing 27th Street. We literally just did a live stream this past week going through here. I came from AutoZone, remember? You remember? We're passing Edding and Marlston and Pennock. Now we're approaching 28th Street. These streets are coming by so fast. Phew! But yeah, so we're passing Newkirk, and now we're passing Dover. Oh, sweet baby Jabibis. And now we're approaching 29th Street. But yeah, there's an AutoZone right here. I was on the hunt for a part. This AutoZone said they had it, they didn't have it. Then they said the main hub have it. They didn't have it. That main hub was in Port Richmond on Aramingo Ave. Then that main hub said that the other hub had it in, well, the other store had it in, past 29th and Allegheny. On Aramingo Ave, on York and Aramingo, where Old Richmond is at, that Old Richmond neighborhood. But they didn't have it. And then that dude felt kind of embarrassed that he told the guy on the phone that they had it, and he sent me to the spot that did have it, but he checked it out for me. He basically paid for it for me. So he gave me the part for free, which was cool. Saved a couple bucks there for all my troubles, for all my woes. On my left-hand side, we got Mimo's Pizza. We got McDonald's. We're at Henry Ave. On my right is Henry Ave. On my left is Hunting Park Ave. In front of us is Allegheny Ave. On my left is 30th Street. So it's like a whole triathlon, trifecta of intersections going on here. But if we make a right-hand turn on Henry Ave, we're gonna enter the East Falls neighborhood, which is where we're supposed to be going to pick up this food. As you can see, the sun's going down. The sun is setting westbound. On my right is northbound. On my left is southbound. Behind us is eastbound. We're waiting for this light to turn green. Meanwhile, take a look. That's the AutoZone that I went to during the live stream. I appreciate everybody who tuned in for that live stream. If you guys are new viewers, please consider subscribing. Turn on your notification bell. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. All thumbs up are greatly appreciated. That's like making a donation to this channel. A few seconds of your time will help the channel grow. The donation of a thumbs up allows YouTube to know that the channel is worth recommending to other channels, and it will also notify you the next time I release a video. Alright, so we're now entering the East Falls neighborhood. I covered the East Falls neighborhood in the tour by itself too. On my left hand side, we see a gunk burner on that sign. G-U-N-K, X-Men, gunk. On my right hand side, we got A. Philip Randolph Career Academy. Congratulations to the class of 2021. We're now passing Roberts Ave. We got a projects on my right hand side. On my left hand side, we got some corporate building. The DaVita Healthcare Center, the Innovage. We got the Abbotsford projects on my right hand side. That was Abbotsford Ave. We just passed Route 1, which would be the Roosevelt Boulevard. That was under us. We got Falls Center's driveway on my left hand side. The Preston Apartments, the Falls Center on my left. Passing Indian Queens Lane. And now we're approaching Bowman. I'm gonna make this left hand turn on Bowman Street. Alright, we're currently making a left on Bowman Street. We're on the 3300 block of Bowman in the East Falls neighborhood. East Falls is considerably a nice neighborhood. Passing Osmond. Aesthetically, you see, you got the traditional townhomes, pushback porches. There's some hilly areas here. There's a variety of stylizations of houses on my far right hand side. If we go probably 3 or 4 blocks to my right. I don't normally see East Falls in the headlines on the news for any reason. We're passing Bowman and Vaux Street. We're traveling westbound down Bowman. We just passed Vaux. Well, this is a little downhill, so it seems like we're going fast, but we're not. We're doing 19 miles an hour. I'm gonna slow it down more for you guys because I know some people would wish me to drive like this, but this is 3 miles an hour and it's kind of not practical with the way traffic drives in Philly. So a good tip is, if you want to experience the cruise a lot slower on your YouTube browser, you can adjust the speed and slow it down some. We're at Conrad Street and Bowman Street. Wow, there's a Conrad Square in Old Richmond. No, matter of fact, there's a Conrad Square in Fishtown. We got some joggers right here on my right. Young women jogging, getting their fitness on. We're approaching a deaf child area. I'm gonna put on my flashers. I'm gonna give her an opportunity. Would you like to get the food or would you like me to get the food? It's up to you. You wanna go? You want me to go? I don't know. You want me to go? Okay. I'm gonna go and get the food. I'll be right back. I should probably have a mask. Get a mask because just in case. Alright guys, so we got the food. On my right hand side we got the East Falls Chiropractic Center. You see, we're in East Falls. We're at the intersection of Sunnyside Ave and Conrad Street. So I'm gonna go straight for a couple blocks just so you guys can see. If you haven't seen the East Falls videos yet, check it out. You know, we'll do a couple block drive through. I'm gonna make this complete stop. Now we're gonna be going uphill. Now East Falls has uphills, downhills. It's not as bad as Manayunk, but it does have, right now we're traveling uphill. Then the some blocks will be going downhill. We're passing Ainsley Street. Got a bunch of birds on my left on that line. See all them little teeny weeny birds? Pay it back and look at all them little birds. We're passing the 3400 block of Tilden. Let me make this right so y'all can see what Tilden looks like. We got a young female right here walking her dog in the street. Awesome dog, man. I want to get out and squeeze your doggy. Fantastic specimen of a species you got going on there. I like the color of that Honda Fit on my right hand side. It's like a weird aqua color. Ouch, ouch, we just hit a bump. I did not like that bump. Did not like that little pothole. This block is lined with trees. They got raised porches on the left, more ground level porches on the right. However, they're not completely ground level. There is a little raised. On the left, tons and tons of greenery on their little terrace. On the right, tons and tons of greenery. I see flower pots. The houses on the left are brick. The ones on the right are stucco. The second floors on both sides have vinyl siding. Got some pretty big trees here. We got a little shop in front of us. It says fresh bread arrives Wednesday, and then it says Saturday. So is that Wednesday through Saturday, or they only get new bread on Wednesdays and Saturdays? Ah, good question, right? So make sure not to buy bread when it's not fresh. Wow, they got a nice, interesting little underpass right there. Kind of strange. Look at that weeping tree right there on my right. Isn't that called a weeping willow? On my right hand side. Let's make this left on Queen Lane. We're on Volk Street and Queen Lane. So as I was mentioning earlier, I can't imagine crime rates being high in East Falls. East Falls is only 20-25 minutes away from Kensington and Allegheny, which is where that crisis is going on right now. However, it's like worlds away from Kensington, you know? Just the ambience in general, it's quiet. You don't hear people play music. You don't really see people hanging outside in groups with you know beers and riding bikes and dirt bikes. And you see dog walkers, you see joggers, you see couples. I just saw another female on my right walking a dog, talking on the phone. We're at Queen Lane and Conrad Street. We got Apollo's Pizza on my left hand side. Off the shot, you guys can't see it. I'm gonna allow this Lexus to pass by, feel free. Now we're gonna go downhill. This is gonna be downhill on Conrad. We're traveling, this would be considered northbound on Conrad. We're passing Penn Street on my right. We got some new houses right there on my right. We're going downhill. This is a steep downhill. It may not look like it on camera, but I'm experiencing it and it's pretty steep. We're approaching Midvale Ave. Conrad turns to Warden Drive. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn though, because we're gonna work our way back down. We'll probably go through like Allegheny West. Check this out. So this road is like a little squiggly S, but you got tons and tons of trees. You could barely see the houses. These houses are stone on my left. Huge stones, beautiful, beautiful architecture. Wow, let me see if I can point this vehicle at the houses so you guys can see the difference. Look at that. You guys just got a little exclusive maneuver here. And on my right, you got regular brick pointed homes, but they're still relatively nice. They're similar to the ones on the left, but just made out of bricks. We're going uphill. We're passing Vox. We're traveling eastbound on Midvale Ave. We got Falls Presbyterian Church on my left. That's because we're in the East Falls neighborhood. See right there on my right hand side, there's a sign. East Falls. You go left, Philadelphia University, Eastern University, Falls Center, Drexel University College. On my right, you got a young female waiting for the bus stop. We're next to the K and the R bus stop. I'm gonna make this right on Henry Ave. On my left hand side, you got McMichael Park of East Falls. Make this right-hand turn. Now we're traveling southbound on Henry Ave. Passing Penn Street. Now we got some bigger houses on my left, but yeah, we're about to exit the East Falls neighborhood. We got Queen Lane in front of us. That takes us to Route 1 and to Interstate 76. We got a sign on my right that reads Hidden Driveway, and another one on my right that reads Hidden Driveway after Tilden Street. That's because those blocks have driveways in the back of their property, so they don't just come on the oncoming traffic. Passing Ansley, we had a guy walking two nice little teeny weeny dogs. Now we're passing Bowman Street. We're on Henry Ave and Bowman. Now we're passing Indian Queen Lane. The Preston Apartments at Fall Center on my right. Founded Coffee Plaza on my right. That's a strange name. Founded Coffee Plaza. Fall Center on my right. We got the Abbotsford homes on my left-hand side that are PHA, Philadelphia Housing Authority. That's what PHA stands for. Like, you know how New York got NYCHA? New York has something called NYCHA. NYCPH. No, it's actually NYCHA. My bad, I said PH because I thought of Philadelphia Housing Authority. NYCHA, New York City Housing Authority. Now, if you have a variation of a housing authority in your city, comment that below. I'm interested in learning about, well, I'm not like genuinely interested in learning about all the housing authorities that the country has to offer. But if y'all got your own, like, first, like, letters with a HA at the end, which is housing authority, like, I don't know, does Florida have a housing authority? Does you know, Atlanta have a housing authority? And if so, what is your abbreviation? Ours is PHA, Philadelphia Housing Authority. New York's is New York City Housing Authority, NYCHA. Wonder what y'all got in y'all hometown. Or your hometown might not have a housing authority. I'm assuming housing authorities are primarily geared towards low-income communities. So if you're like from a Beverly Hills, or you're from a Bel Air, or you're from some prominent neighborhood, housing authority doesn't exist. All right, we're back at the intersection of Hunting Park Ave, Henry Ave. We got Allegheny Ave and 30th Street. We got Career and Technical High School on my left. It was cool because, oh, check that out. There's a sign right there, a big old white billboard that says, "We fix water." Water. Because, you know, people be busting on me. They say, yo, Tune don't say water right. He says water. Like wood, I don't know, what y'all want me to say? Water? Would you like a cup of water, sir? Would you like a cup of water? Water? Would you like to drink some water? I don't know. I don't pronunciate the T. We got Mercer Career Academy on my left. But yeah, people said that before. Yeah, I don't know. I say I always drink a bottle of water. Can I drink some water? Yeah, y'all right. I do say water. I don't know. I guess it comes off so natural. We're passing 29th and Allegheny. We got the Evangelistic Gospel Crusade Church on my right. I'm about to make a right into the Allegheny West neighborhood. I'm gonna take a little detour for y'all. Let's make this right on 28th Street. It says no turn on red, so I'm gonna respect that. Respect their wishes. Although there is no camera here that will give me a ticket. So really, the only camera here that's rolling is mine. I could pause it and then turn. No, I'm kidding. Alright, we got Brothers Mini Mart right here in front of us. Alright, we're in the Allegheny West neighborhood. Now, the Allegheny West neighborhood does have a high crime rate. Technically, we're passing Wishart. Not technically we're passing Wishart, but I just said technically, and then I stopped to say the name. Now we're passing Clementine, now we're passing Clearfield. But to continue my sentence, technically Allegheny West, to my knowledge, is on one of the top 10 worst neighborhoods list as far as crime stats go. Make this left-hand turn. Yeah, I actually covered this area before. Well, it's on several occasions, on silent tours, on narrated tours. But I covered this area for the top 10 worst neighborhood tour also. Now, remember what I was talking about. On my right-hand side, we got James Allen Schiller Playground. Schiller, yeah. So, danger is in the eyes of the beholder. It's all what you perceive. We all perceive things differently, and that's based on our morals, our ethics, and how we were raised. You might talk to somebody from around here, and they might say, "This ain't a dangerous neighborhood. Like, what you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis?" They might say, like, "This ain't dangerous. Like, you know, you punk. Like, what? Like, why you scared? This ain't dangerous." But, you know, you go based off of crime stats, or you go talk to somebody that's not from the neighborhood, and they might say, "Yes, it's a dangerous neighborhood." Now, you know, or you can talk to different residents. You could pick that block on my right, talk to 10 residents, they might say it's dangerous. Talk to 10 residents, they might say that it doesn't faze them. So, danger is perceived differently from person to person. Let's make this right on 26th Street. Now, the Allegheny West neighborhood is right next to Strawberry Mansion. So if you keep going straight to Lehigh, then cross over Lehigh, you'll be in Strawberry Mansion, which is another neighborhood that makes that list. We're passing Toronto. But it's interesting because I got viewers like Fred, Mr. Fred, who's now living in the Philippines, who has an extensive history of careers and traveling. And right now, I think I think you're focusing on boxing, right? Something of that nature. We're passing 26 in Indiana. There was just a female that was found stabbed here in one of the apartments. But yeah, Mr. Fred used to live in the Strawberry Mansion neighborhood back in the day, back in the good old days. I think he left Philly in like the 70s, right, Mr. Fred? Right now he's living in the Philippines, but he's an avid watcher, an avid supporter, an avid viewer. He watches regularly. I think when it's daytime for us here, it's sleepy time for them over there. And when it's nighttime for us here, I think they're waking up over there. I don't know, I think it's something like that. But anyway, we're on 26 in Cambria. And he was telling me how nice Strawberry Mansion used to be back in the day, how it was a family-friendly neighborhood. And boom, you know. Oh, look it. Check it out on my right-hand side. That's Bumblebee. Bumblebee dropped the top. He had some bandanas. Bumblebee turned into a Latin king. Yo, all right, we on Somerset, y'all. It's 26 in Somerset. But yeah, guys, so it's very interesting when you hear the different stories of the neighborhoods. You know, people perceive the area differently from different generations. I'm gonna make this left on Seltzer. Yeah, you know, like it all depends on your sensitivity level, like your toleration. People will tolerate different things, you know what I mean? And it's sad that I'm one of those people that tolerated so much violence for so many years. You know, it didn't happen to me personally, even though I was affected by it. I lost a lot of friends and family members to gun violence. But it happened so much, or it happens still to this day so much on the news that I'm like, it's messed up. Like sometimes, like my wife used to tell me, like, you know, this and this and this person would this and this would happen to this person, and I would look at her and I'd be like, I mean, that sucks. That's just how it is, you know. Like, it sucks that I was that numb to it, or that I am that numb to it. That it's like I've been hearing, you know, gun headlines on the news since I was old enough to really care about the news. 14, 15. I was one of those teens that before I went to high school, I would watch the news. You know what I mean? And I don't know, like it wasn't intentional because of Taylor, but it was one of those things that was on TV. Let's make this right on Ringgold Street, the 2700 block. But it became so natural, and I became accustomed to the headlines of people getting killed, and it sucks because it was miles away from me. Sometimes it was blocks away from me. Sometimes it was yards away from me, and you can't really predict when the next act of gun violence is going to take place, you know. And the thing is it's like it's hard to debate this, but guns don't kill people, people kill people. Because guns in their locked safety box don't kill no one. But somebody with a hot temper, or somebody who doesn't have the willpower to control themselves, will end up harming another person. And that's what it's like today. Now it's just people harming other people. We're on the 2700 block of North Ringgold, and right now we're at the intersection of Ringgold and Lehigh Avenue. This is the intersection, or I would say the borderline. The lady in front of us is turning up. She's sitting on her steps with a white styrofoam cup. She was turning up. But this is the borderline of Allegheny West to my right and Strawberry Mansion to my left-hand side. So we're gonna make this left-hand turn, and we might as well just go to Strawberry Mansion so we can wrap up this tour in this area. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go to 30th Street because I think Fred on a couple occasions said, "Yo, Tune, can you stop by 30th or 33rd or 31st, 32nd?" So rather than making a left here, because I have shown this area at least a dozen times, I'm gonna cross over 25th. I'm gonna take it to the top of Lehigh, then I'm gonna make a left, and then I'm gonna work my way down. Right now we're traveling westbound. On my right is northbound, on my left is southbound, behind us is eastbound. Passing a few businesses. You'll notice people sitting outside, people walking. The ambience is out. We're passing 26 and Lehigh. Somebody actually commented on one of my videos the other day. Normally I don't focus too much on the negative comments, but somebody said it's not ambience, it's ambience. Learn how to learn the words correctly before you start. I don't know, they said something. It sounded like they were having a good day. But we're at 27th and Lehigh. I double checked because my whole life, I always pronounce the ambience, A-M-B-I-E-N-C-E, ambience. And I double checked on Google and it did say, it said ambience. It didn't say ambience. I don't know if that's based on their accent and where they're from, but I just thought I'd point that out. The ambience that you notice that's out here is out because the sun went down. And it's about to be nightfall. It's 7:52 p.m. on a Monday. So look, we got a father with his daughter on the little Segway thing. That's what's up. See on my right hand side? That's decent. A guy being a father to his daughter. That's awesome. Passing the 2700 block of Newkirk. Now we're passing Dover, and now we're approaching 29th Street. I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit. We're doing 28 miles an hour just to cross over this. Then I'm gonna slow back down. I just didn't want to get stuck at that red light because we got minutes left before the stream ends. We got one of them Strider things on my right, whatever you want to call it. Strider, I think K&A makes them. We're at 30th and Commerce Ave. Well, let me be specific. We're on Lehigh Avenue. 30th on my left, Commerce Ave to my right. It's one of those blocks that transitions and changes. Now we're approaching 31st Street. We got a cemetery on my right-hand side. 31st and Lehigh. I'm going to continue to travel westbound on Lehigh Avenue. Some dumping on my left-hand side next to the Napa pole, Napa Street. We got Dr. Ethel D. Allen Public School on my left-hand side. And we got that cemetery that's still running on my right-hand side. We're approaching Douglas Street, and now we're approaching 33rd Street in the Strawberry Mansion neighborhood. We're at 33rd and Lehigh Avenue. I could make a left here, but I'm gonna go down one more block to where Lehigh Avenue ends. We got another one of those spider things right here. The reason why I say spider is because they make two different ones. K&A makes the Strider, and I think they make the Spider. The first one that I learned of was the Spider. Then I found out that they got a three-wheel one called, I think, the Strider. Yeah, which is like eerily the same. Like they couldn't think of another, you know what I mean? Like call it the Triangle or the Triangular. Call it something with Strider, Spider. That's like too easy to get confused, but I may be wrong. So let me know. We're passing 34th Street, and now we're on Lehigh. Lehigh and Ridge Avenue. Ridge Avenue is right in front of us. You can take Ridge and go all the way up. Work your way up to Manayunk and all that stuff on my right, or you can go to my left, take Ridge Avenue to Sharswood, to Center City, and to all that stuff. I'll make this left-hand turn right here. We got a cemetery in front of us at Ridge and Lehigh. On my left-hand side, we got AVC Ironworks. It's an ironworks company. Contact 215-225-5500. Tell them that Tune sent you. Say no, don't tell them that Tune sent you. Well, if you're gonna spend a whole bag, then yeah, tell them Tune sent you. Tell them that I want to break down. All right, guys, we're gonna make this left-hand turn on Ridge Avenue, and unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, and viewers of the World Wide Web, this is the end of our tour. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, we just reached our 1 hour mark, and if you're new to the channel, I try to keep these tours at 1 hour long. Check it out on my left-hand side, the Cecil B. Moore Homes, PHA Housing. Y'all already know what that means, right? Yeah, we already discussed that and we talked about that, so y'all gonna have to comment below. But yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate your support. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. If you have any knowledge, any memories, any stories of this neighborhood or any neighborhood that we passed today, because we passed several plus neighborhoods, y'all got the bonus today. And then y'all saw where Tune's hot spot is at one of the restaurants I'll be eating at. But yeah, show some love. All comments are greatly appreciated. All engagement is greatly appreciated. Remember, share this video. Only you can prevent forest fire. I mean, only you can help this channel grow. So share this video if you can. Copy and paste the link onto any social network via email, or write it on the napkin, knock on your neighbor's door, play knock knock zoom zoom, leave the napkin on their door and run. Maybe they'll visit the website, maybe they'll not, but maybe they won't, but it's a thought that counts, y'all. This is Tune, Mr. Tune 215, Tune Dollars, Tune Ski, Tunism, Tuner, Tune One, Tunage, Tune Too Fast, Too Furious. Hey, nah. Tune be chilling, and I'm tuning out.